Hello, Choggers. Welcome to another episode of the Chog Blog. Today we're going to talk about a pretty awesome film. It was 1993's Demolition Man, which just starred Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. The basic story is it takes place somewhat in the future where Sylvester Stallone plays a cop that captures the criminal Simon Phoenix, played by Wesley Snipes. And because he broke the rules, they both get cryo-frozen in a cryo prison, and somewhere in the future, Simon Phoenix is somehow released from his cryo prison, and the police are all wimps, so no one knows how to stop him. So the only solution they came with is to unfreeze Sylvester Stallone, who's the person that captured him originally, and it's a pretty good movie. It's very tongue-in-cheek, very funny, but still very cool. Also started as one of Sandra Bullock's first movies. But then also Mattel made a toy line based on it. Figures aren't very accurate to the movie, but they are pretty cool, because we'll go through them and show some of the cool features of these figures. Good to go.
Yeah, it's a pretty small line. It only has 8 figures. There's like 4 John Spartans, 2 Phoenix, and then 2 other characters. They do have a couple of vehicles, which are just repurposed vehicles. And honestly, the vehicles aren't that interesting, so we may never collect them unless we see them for a good price. The figures are pretty cool, but and most of the figures are actually reused figures from the old He-Man, the He-Man line.
The New Adventures
of He-Man, and we'll kind of show which ones are which. But first of all, this is called the Bazooka Attack Spartan. This is one of the 4 Spartan figures. He's got, his regular standard equipment. All these figures always have to have some big gun with some shooting stuff, but he's got his gas mask and a baton.
And this figure's a original sculpt, so this isn't based on any He-Man figure, just a Spartan. This is just
a sculpt. It's not very movie accurate. I don't think he ever wears this outfit in the movie, but the likeness to Sylvester Stallone is quite good. I like these figures are really chunky, really playable. And this again is another John Spartan. This is the kick fighting Spartan. Again, he's got all the weapons you need.
Yeah, and this one they used the Master Unions figure, the He-Man figure, Nocturna, for this body. So it's the exact same body, just repainted with a Sylvester Stallone head.
Yeah, they sure saved a lot of money in the late 80s just repurposing old tools for their figures. And then we have the Combat Cannon Spartan. Again, he's got the huge non-movie accurate gun, which shoots a huge projectile. His outfit's a little closer to look like in the movie. Not exactly, but it's
just kind of a generic SWAT team uniform.
And then this is the Battle Baton Spartan. Of course, he's got the baton which shoots a projectile. This is his little
morality
computer. It's actually pretty screen accurate. The armor on this one, though, you can clearly tell that's just
He-Man.
That's He-Man's armor.
Yeah, because the body is also just He-Man, just repainted.
You also even still have the place where you can put He-Man's sword in the back. They didn't even bother getting rid of that.
Plus, he still has the H on his belt buckle. The He-Man H.
Right, next we got the movie's villain, played by Wesley Snipes. If you haven't seen the movie, really check it out. It's really good. Wesley Snipes really hams it up as the villain. He's got his little blowtorch. It's just got a little flame thing that pokes out. Which, if I'm not correct, I think this is actually part of the Aliens line. I think that's the same accessory Ripley came with. And he's got his non-movie accurate.
But that's original sculpt. Yeah, original sculpt on this one.
No, they look nothing like this in the movie, other than they got the yellow hair pretty correct though. Yeah. But he didn't look like that at all in the movie. Yeah. And then we got another. This is Blast Attack Phoenix. This one is, I think this is also a He-Man reused figure.
Yeah, that one is Vizar was the character that they used this one for.
Now he does come with his little armor, which is kind of movie accurate. Which, later in the film, he has his armor that's made out of like a bunch of recycled tires. I don't remember him having this huge cannon though in the movie, or this other stuff. But these are just more generic weapons. They always had to have all these figures with these huge chunky weapons. And then this is Battle Hook Friendly. Edgar Friendly in the movie is played by Dennis Leary. this looks nothing like Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
And the outfit is nothing like what he has in the movie at all.
Yeah, and this was also a reuse. This was the character KO, as in like knockout, but it's spelled Kayo.
I guess if you squint really hard, you kind of see it looks like Dennis Leary. But yeah, Dennis Leary was never.
Plus, he had long hair
buff.
and a beard in the movie.
Yeah. And this last guy is the cryoclaw tech. This is just supposed to be one of the guys who works at the cryo-freeze chamber where they froze John Spartan and Simon Phoenix. That's where the big finale takes place.
Yeah, and they use the character Flip Shot for this one.
Yeah, he's got a weird looking boots. Like, yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, because he was like aqua dude. So he had swimming features. That's why he's got those little things. He's supposed to swim in the water. Flip it around. We'll take a look at the vehicles on the back.
He does have the little cryo freeze insignia from the movie, which they actually use for the on the movie logo as well, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, show me the back so I can show the vehicles real quick.
Yeah, because in the vehicle they have a couple of vehicles and the big lines, but
the Bola Jet was just a reuse from the Masters line, and then the car, I don't know if they even.
I think that's from Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
It could be, but I'm not sure.
If we ever see the vehicles for a cheap price, we'll be grabbing. But
yeah, people are always charging like $300 for the car, and it ain't worth no $300.
But the figures themselves are pretty cheap. I'm making they got most of these guys. You can get them probably for less than $20 a piece. So they're not expensive. They're not hard to find. Just again, the vehicles everyone always wants to charge more for. So, but it's definitely a good line worth having. Like I say, not movie accurate, but
especially it's cool seeing those He-Man bodies repurposed in a new color.
But yeah, it's a really good movie. So if you like the movie, at least you have some figures to kind of represent represent your fandom for the movie. But well, that's our quick review on the Demolition Man line. If you have any questions or comments, just let us know. And as always, keep on chogging.